And we are back. Ascension eSports, Elder League Season 2. Momentum versus the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. How do you feel about this match, Frosty?
I can't get over that team name. The fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. That's absolutely legit, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty good choice of a name. I got to give them props for that one. It's creative, to say the least.
Yeah, and in the team lobby, they actually have synchronized icons. So that just means even more likely for them to win. Like, picked a good team name, like synergy with your icons, showing that we're a team. Like, absolutely preload. They just have to have the majority of the skins, like win the skin war, and then they have my vote for a pure analytical victory.
Yeah, you know your team has true synergy when you synergize with your summoner icons. We'll see if that actually pays off as we get in this game pretty soon. Meanwhile, I do have to favor them a little bit just because they have Oreo. I've seen him in the past. He is a very good player. I believe he's playing support this time around. If so, that'd be a shame because I really do enjoy his mid.
He has had some experience in the mid lane, though throughout time he's actually been a support main, especially in solo queue for his time playing. I've known him since, I think, for about 2 years. I think I've known him for about 2 years now, and since then he's been a support main. And in solo queue, just a few days ago, if not yesterday, he actually hit Diamond 5 for the first time. So congratulations to Oreo, playing support, getting to D5. Well done. I don't think he dual queued with anybody to get there either, so nice on him. The only disadvantage that I would give their team over the other team is their AD carry is also a support main. So I don't know how that raveled up into being, but if Oreo in the support role can carry the inexperienced AD carry, that would be awesome to see. But I don't know, it's hard for me to give them the advantage just because of somebody being on their theoretical off role.
Yeah, you gotta give Raven's man a break. You know, you don't know if this guy's actually an ADC god. We're gonna find out soon enough who's gonna be carrying who in this bot lane. We do see bans coming out. Ziggs banned out from All Snow. Jace also banned out, as well as Alawi. We're gonna see what comes up next.
Yeah, Jace being a targeted ban from Chrome. Ziggs being maybe a... We don't want to play into this kind of a thing as a ban from them. Syndra Alawi. Syndra banned towards multiple players. If Oreo...
He's a very good mid laner. I've seen great things out of him. It would have been a dream matchup for me to watch Killer Z versus Oreo, but
you don't have that.
It'll have to do. Killer Z was in the playoffs of last Elder League, so we'll see what he decides to pick up. Lulu picked up first, very common first pick. What do you think is going to come next?
Well, there's a lot of things that are open right now. Like Graves is an open pick. So if this was a high elo game, I would expect absolutely first pick the Graves. And then depending upon the team, you can also pick some other contested picks. It also depends upon bans, because Syndra's banned, so you don't have to really worry about Vladimir. But Vladimir is really strong right now, so that's also a possible pickup. But yeah, there's the Graves.
And the Graves, however, as you predicted,
as one of the more contested picks to be played. The other pick, hard to say. They could grab Talon. They could grab an AD carry. Sona.
Yeah, I think Talon would have been very risky, but I also believe the Sona is pretty risky. Taking your support around this rotation isn't that risky, but taking someone as squishy as Sona does have some complications that come with it when it comes to the pick and bans.
I believe that they decided to pick Sona so early just because they saw the Lulu. Supports are typically the majority of what dictates what type of lane we see in the bot lane, because they can bring sustain and a lot of poke to the table, or all in, where AD carries are just typically more do I play more pokey or all in-y. But a lot of what type of lane they run is typically based upon the support. But Killer Z, Baba Ganoush, possible that they'll grab Rengar or Kha'Zix. There's the purple bug. Ooh. And then Vladimir.
I'm interested in seeing this, especially on Killer Z.
Especially after we just saw DTS play it.
Oh, yes. Especially, I gotta admit, I'm a little bit of a Killer Z fan. I did see him in finals. Was he in finals? Actually, I take that back. I did see him in playoffs. And he was quite an amazing mid laner. Very aggressive. Able to get those solo kills. Able to just have presence on his team. So, I'm a little bit of a fanboy of him. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does on this Vladimir.
I don't know, man. I'm a little bit more of a fan of Blastona, man.
Blastona? You mean Feeder, the legend himself?
Dude, he carried his team pretty hardcore in the finals last year. He was like the only meaningful person. Well, not the only meaningful person, but the most influential person, in my opinion, for most of those games. Though they went to, I think, game 4 or 5. But I think that was absolutely well played by him through the majority of those games. It might have been a 3-0 sweep, actually, but.
Let me correct you. That was last season, not last year.
Oh, did you see Killer Z last year?
Yeah, Killer Z was playing last year as well.
Oh, I was thinking of this most recent.
I mean, last season. Sorry.
Season. Okay.
Oh my God, we're getting crazy here. Too much confusion. We're not talking about the picks enough, though.
Yeah, Ravensburn has been playing a little bit of Ezreal. That's not the unexpected pick for him, even though there's a lot of other champions that are currently up. Lucian's currently down. Kaelin or Ashe might have been better. And for an inexperienced AD carry, I'm a little surprised to see them putting on Ezreal, who's typically a little bit harder. He has more skill shots. He's not the easiest in lane, especially after the first back. And you get tier in the enemy AD carry's got some damage. But later in the game, he is a bit safer with Arcane Shift, and if he builds tankier stats like Frozen Mallet, or Frozen Fist, whatever, Iceborne Gauntlet, and possible QSS into Mercurial Scimitar, he gets relatively tanky, so it can be a bit safer. But I would have liked to see them put him on more of a Sivir or an Ashe or a Varus or Jhin maybe, someone a bit more quote-unquote supportive as an AD carry to the lesser experienced gentleman. But I guess they have faith in his ability to play Ezreal. He's been practicing it, so that's not unsurprising. But Oreo playing Oreo, or no, probably All Snow playing Oreo. For those who don't know, his name used to be Orioana. That's where his name originally was. And then he changed it to Giagun, and then back to Oreo when he found out that you could use the special characters like this. But he's got a lot of experience on Sona, and Sona can very commonly carry solo or carry lanes in the bot lane with an incredible amount of poke and sustain. Ezreal Sona historically has been a popular lane, but Kaelin Lulu is actually a really hard lane to play against, Lulu being incredibly strong during this patch. Lulu solo carrying lanes, and then later in the game making your AD carry a bit of a frontliner, making them really tanky with wild growth.
Yeah, this is a very hard game to call to see who's actually going to win it. I'm going to have to give an edge, personally, to the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. I do like the synergy they have going on. I do like the Lulu Caitlyn, as you were talking about earlier. I love the Vladimir pick coming out of Killer Z. That's not to discredit Momentum. I think they have a very great comp as well. I feel this is you can flip a coin and figure out who's going to win this one. What about you?
It's all about the team name. Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies is a cooler name, so obviously they have to win, right? But all jokes aside, Oreo or Orioana, team name, person name, champion name, Oriana, typically synergizes a little bit more with somebody who can jump in like Kha'Zix or Rengar or Alistar. So Oriana Ball not being the most effective on their team as far as champion synergy goes, there's not somebody who can really set up Shockwave really easily for her, so she'll have to have a bit more skill in setting those up herself. And Mokujin having a Lulu, regardless of his own individual skill, having a Lulu makes it so mispositioning means a bit less. It means that if anybody would get on Kaelin, it wouldn't be as meaningful. Both teams have sent some all-in, some engage, but I think overall, I would say it's more likely that Momentum wins this game, looking at the draft and the players individually. So I think, even though Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. Oh my gosh, team names are hard. I promise I'm not inebriated. The team with Caitlin and Lulu, the fire-breathing rubber duckies.
The fire-breathing rubber duckies. That's 2 going over fire-breathing rubber duckies. We're going to find out soon enough as we get through the spectator league. We'll get into game pretty soon. But while we're dealing with that, I would like to welcome you to our stream, Ascension eSports Elder League Season 2. This is a Division 4 gold to plat players. I am your caster, Decerux, along with my co-caster, Frosty. How are you doing, Frosty?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying
and
life.
if you guys want to get involved in Ascension eSports, please check the links down below. We have an in-house ladder. We have divisions for bronze and silver. We have divisions for gold to plat, and we have a diamond division just newly established this season. Check us out. Check out our community. Check out our Discord. Check out our subreddit. Get involved. We look forward to seeing you, and we look forward to seeing this game that's coming up right now. Momentum versus fire-breathing rubber duckies.
Yeah, and if you're curious and if you have any questions about Ascension eSports, go ahead and drop something in the chat. I imagine quite a bit of the people viewing right now are involved in the community in some way, shape, or form. So there'll be people here that can answer anything that you have if you're curious about getting involved in the LCS style games that we have. Or if you want to get involved with our in-house ladder, there's the independent third-party solo queue ladder, which is a lot of fun to play in. And tomorrow, we actually have the Diamond 1 Plus League, the Phoenix League playing that Decerux and I are casting if the things I was told were correct. If information is correct. That's what that's playing at tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time. We're looking to get up into game pretty soon here.
Yeah, game 1 between the fire-breathing rubber duckies. Yeah, that's weird to say fast. And momentum. Gonna be a good matchup. Both teams looking pretty strong based on comps alone. We're gonna find out soon enough. But as for now, welcome to the stream. We're happy to have you. Please let us know. Do you think it's gonna be momentum or the fire-breathing rubber duckies? Let us know in chat right now as we get into this game.
I kind of want to pull one of the fire-breathing rubber duckies into this panel and asking them to say their team name 5 times fast.
I bet I could do it.
Go for it.
Fire-breathing rubber duckies, fire-breathing rubber duckies, fire-breathing rubber duckies, fire-breathing rubber duckies, fire-breathing rubber duckies.
Well played, sir. Well played.
I got that.
Well played. I appreciated that. The fire-breathing rubber duckies are coming at us with a wonderfully designed team comp. Best Squidward VN, also known as I Am the Best, showing us his most played champion in what was formerly Volibear. And
isn't it Alawi right now?
Yeah, actually. Well, he's been playing, he kind of like goes back and forth between playing one individual champion and then absolutely stopping and switching champions. I know in in-houses specifically, he's been playing quite a bit of Kled, but we'll see how that fares up against our momentum friends. But Kled into a tank matchup is actually a little interesting.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how that plays out. I do see, I want to say Squidward would get the best of this, but overall Nautilus is just one of those really strong, durable tanks that can actually outlast a lot of the brawling damage that can come out of Kled.
Yeah, right. If Graves comes top pretty early and gets Kled behind enough where Nautilus can get Spirit Visage quick enough, that could mitigate any advantage that Kled could have with his damage in the other stages of the game. Adorn Shield will likely help him out with that. Looks like Pro Trick is electing to start on the top side of the map.
We do have a pause coming out. Teams have a 5-minute pause time limit. If they exceed this time, they either have to continue playing regardless of the thing that might have caused the pause, or forfeit the game. Hopefully we don't have a forfeit. That'd be very unfortunate. Hopefully we don't have either scenarios. It'd be very unfortunate. But we're going to find out why the pause happened. It seems that we're going to get out of pause in just a second.
Yeah, if they ended up forfeiting, that sounds kind of boring. Wouldn't be able to continue casting this game if there is no game.
What do we do if there's no game?
I don't know, man.
It
feels like our job is dependent on other people. Right?
I'll cast putting on my shoe and tying my shoelaces.
And Decerux wakes up in the morning, turns off his alarm.
Can he get the alarm in time? Yes, he does!
He doesn't wake up anybody else in the room.
So now we are back in game, only 1 minute used on the pause timer. Red start coming out of the Kha'Zix, Raptors coming out of Pyotric. Typical start coming out of the Graves. Graves players tend to prefer the Raptor starts.
Now, there's a couple different pathing options with a Raptor start. It's possible that he goes red. Hopefully he doesn't die to red like Lizzie did in the most recent game. After that, you could go golems into a topside gank, or you can go back over to your blue buff and go that path, or you could actually go to your wolves and then go over to the enemy red buff. But noticing that Kha'Zix started in the bottom of the map, that's unlikely that that'll be a viable jungle path. Right now, Kha'Zix should not be able to clear as quickly as Graves, but Lulu Caitlyn actually gives Kha'Zix a really good leash, making his clear much quicker. And I imagine
quite a lot, especially when it comes to blue buff and having that isolation damage. Having a helpful clear early really can set a Kha'Zix in a nice position to start off an early gank, especially considering that Chrome is pushing quite hard in this top lane. Does have a ward up.
Imagine Baba Ganoush is going to be looking towards the top side of the map early. Chrome dropping a ward in the river in anticipation of this. Near full clear from Kha'Zix and from Brotrick, each of them electing to take 5 camps before their first gank.
And we're seeing this pretty oppressive play come out of the bot lane in Moku and Russian Hobo. As to be expected, Lulu and Caitlyn, very strong lanes to have to go against, especially considering Ezreal's usually build that tier, so it's going to be a while before he can really do anything. And look at that punishment.
Caitlyn always typically been one of the bigger lane bullies, but it looks like Baba Ganoush in the mid lane.
Yeah, flash burnt. Also flash burnt from Killer. Killer trying to get off a little bit too much there, unable to get the kill. Flash burnt from both mid laners.
Fortunately, your favorite player of the game dropped his flash ignite, did get anything from it.
Such a shame.
Trick going in, for getting some vision, looking for a gank in the mid lane. Kha'Zix, though, counter jungling the golems on the top side of the map. No one knows where Graves is at. We do the red team is aware that Kha'Zix is towards the top side of the map. So Protrick is able to pursue this dragon if he wants to.
Oh, we might have a gank here. He's spotted out by a ward. Patrick not choosing to do the loop just yet. Now, this is a little bit of a scary situation because the ward wasn't placed in the bush, which was the more intelligent thing to do. It makes it harder for the fire-breathing rubber duckies to really know where the Graves is, if he's still hiding in that bush or not.
Right, absolutely. So they have to play a little bit safer. They are a little bit unaware of what Graves is doing, though it would be a little bit inefficient for him to just chill there for forever. And Graves doing what he does best, going into the enemy team's jungle and putting as much pressure as possible, counter jungling the chickens of Baba Ganoush.
Uh-oh, in the top lane, Chrome looks like he's going to go down, has to use the shield, unable to get the kill as Squidward, but he pulls Squidward back in for some reason. Now Killer Z in the mid lane, a little bit caught out. Pyotrick looking to get onto Killer Z, but the pull is always enough to get away.
No one wanting to be killed as of yet. Still a 0-0 game at almost 6 minutes in.
Yeah, but look at the CS in the mid lane. Killer Z really shining in this lane so far.
And also big Squidward in the top lane. All 3 lanes for the Rubber Duckies have massive CS advantages. Over double in the top lane. Almost 20 in the mid lane. And then a 5 CS lane in the bot lane, though a better handshake from Mokujin As his back will be more gold than Ravensman. Currently, Ravensman does have 250 gold on him, but all of that was expelled when Kaylin went back to lane, or went back to base, gritting her first BF sword. Some vision and a couple of potions.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of tricky for Momentum's bot lane. As we were talking about it earlier, the tier start it's pretty much a staple in Ezreal ADCs. And it makes it very difficult to have an early game advantage. You're mostly just playing for the mid game to get that spike from the Trinity Force or the Frozen Kiss.
Countersip in the chat. This is in fact Black Ops 3. You can get your copy of this game on Xbox 360 or PS hashtag. Codename eSports. But looks like Killer Z with a massive CS lead in the mid lane. Trying to back relatively soon, trying to push out his lane a little bit. Or just zone all snow away from the lane as much as he can. Keep the CS advantage where it is.
A lot of brawling going on all over this. Squidward going after Chrome. He is going to lose Scarl, but gets knocked up by the depth charge. Doesn't have the bear trap on a rope anymore. Chrome is able to get out.
Very uneventful fights all around. Still no one's died at 8 minutes. Come on, guys, give me some action. Make Decerux start yelling things. I want to hear it. But relatively safe laners. We have Orianna shield and speed buff. We have Nautilus, who's just a tank, started Doran's shield and has defensive abilities in his shield and his ultimate. Zona's ult can be used defensively or aggressively. She has heals to keep him alive. Pause coming back out.
To Ascension eSports Pause League. Second pause coming out. Top lagging, apparently. Once again, we do have a 5-minute limit on pause timers. If it exceeds the 5 limits, you have to continue the game, or it's a forfeit regardless of the circumstances. So hopefully we don't get into that type of situation.
Do we also have a 3 pause event as well, where you can only pause the game 3 times or 5 minutes? Is that also effective in this league?
I do not believe so, as far as I know.
Because in some, especially in in-houses, you can only pause the game 3 times, regardless of how much time it has passed. If 5 minutes has surpassed, then game continues. Or if you've already paused the game 3 times, you can't continue pausing the game thereafter. But looks like Chrome is going to be the one lagging right now, having some connection issues that they're attempting to resolve.
I believe it's Squidward, as the pause was from Squidward.
Oh, sorry. I saw top lagging and associated that with the wrong team. Yeah, Squidward is the one with the connection issues, my bad.
And here comes Moku getting caught out a little bit. Has to burn flash. Biotrick trying to get in there. Collateral damage goes off, but it's not enough.
Oh.
And we almost got our first blood, but not enough damage delivered. Having all summoner spells up helped that greatly.
Mokujin and the Russian Hobo dropped almost all of their summoners during that event.
And look who's here, it's Baba. Baba trying to get something done, not getting too much, but Killer Z's around the corner, gets exhausted, looking to get onto Raven. Is it gonna be enough? It is not yet. There goes the growth, but first blood is picked up by Killer Z. Drops immediately, 4 kills so far. Here comes also the, oh my god, the shockwave. So much, a double kill and a net win for Momentum.
Overall 4 for 2. That's not the gank that they were hoping for when Baba Ganoush was coming in the bot lane. I don't think they anticipated that poorly of an event. Killer Z came out, got his ult down, and able to pick up the Ezreal, but then the return damage was way too much. And Ravensman had a pretty decent ultimate, hitting the majority of those players as well. All of them got really low. And the cleanup from All Snow took them the remaining kills. Well played by this team. My rubber duckies coming out not very strong, actually, unfortunately for them. The first 6 kills of the game happens around 9.5 minutes, but yeah,
that was pretty brutal. Overall, it was great. It was great team play, great synergy of ults too. Like Oreo, Crescendo, and then the True Shot Barrage on top of the Crescendo did a lot to equalize that fight.
Overall team coordination worked in their favor. Even though Allsnow was late to that fight, Crescendo worked out really well. Oreo landing Crescendo on multiple players means though it's really easy for Ravensman to land his ultimate as well.
I think one of the big things too was Killer Z still decided to try and use that aggressive play despite having the exhaust on him. The exhaust nullifying a lot of the damage that came out of Killer.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely greatly affecting that fight. And even though there was a gold advantage from that team, they lost quite a bit of it in that fight. So even though there's still a CS advantage, oh my gosh, there's still a CS advantage on the majority of the blue team, the gold's actually in favor of momentum.
Ooh, True Shot Barrage goes out, doesn't land on Moku. Would have been disaster if it did though.
I don't believe it would have taken Mokujin's life, but it absolutely would have forced him to back there. I imagine either team is going to look to try to get vision and execute this Infernal Drag as soon as they can. It's unfortunate that after that last fight, health bars weren't high enough to convert the kill advantage into an objective, but typically teams are a bit more inclined to focus down an Infernal Dragon than others that just chill for the first 17-18 minutes of the game. But I imagine a lot of what ProTrick will be trying to do in the next several minutes of the game is focusing on the bot side of the map. Crescendo is available for Oreo.
Yeah, this could be a very good gank as both flashes are down and fire beating the other Duckies. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a little bit of a brawl going on. Oreo falling pretty low. Being very aggressive might be telegraphing the gank that's to come.
I think Oreo is trying to get them away far enough and get ProTrick into the other bush. We know that ProTrick is not set it up by any boards. They might be trying to bait in Baba Ganoush into a gank, but also trying to get ProTrick into this bush, which they've successfully done. I didn't see if the vision was there or not. Oh, now ProTrick's just walking up to the tower.
Oh, Oreo gets picked off really quickly, and Moku running for his life, trying to get out, but collateral damage destroys him. Now Baba falling really low, a duel between Pyotrick and Pyotrick wins it overall. Squidward is now here, gonna pick off Raven, and why recall in that bush when you could have been safer?
Overall 2 for 3 so far in these games. In these fights, whoever starts the fight is ended up losing it. For the past 2 fights, who's ever started the action has actually lost. So that tower dive, while not knowing where the enemy team's jungler was, and Amiya in the top lane, ended up being catastrophic for Momentum's dive. So unfortunate map awareness by them during that fight cost them an additional kill.
I don't think it was the map awareness that cost them kill. It was just really. Really poor spot to recall from Raven. Like, he decided to recall in the bush. He could have walked right behind the tower. Oh, wait, he's deep in his own.
Yeah, he was deep.
I mixed that up.
Because ProTrick, Raven, and Oreo were looking to dive Mokujin and Russian Hobo, but Best Squidward VN was there. For the counter gank with Baba Ganoush. So it turned into a 4v3 after a dive on their own team.
Yeah, I thought Raven was on his own side.
Feels bad.
It's okay. Up a little bit.
We all have our moments, man. We all have our moments. But top side of the map really dark. Red team almost no wards out. After this control ward goes down, no wards on the map. Well, after this ward goes down, no wards on the map.
This is going to be risky right here. Killer Z is going to get pincered right now. Here comes Biotrick looking to take out Killer Z. Raven waiting over the wall. Killer Z gets away with the troll pull. Looking to go back in with the proto belt. Just getting a little bit of a poke slap going in.
Going for that ward was a little greedy on his part, not knowing where the enemy team was. And Protrick looking towards the bot side of the map because still this Infernal Drake is currently out. Though there is 11 kills during this game, none of those kills have been able to convert over into an objective because all of those kills have occurred during 2 fights. All 11 of these kills were effectively right after each other on the course of 2 fights. So, and after these health bars are getting too low, being unable to push up lanes, getting a tower, or rotating over and grabbing the first dragon of the game means that this Infernal Dragon has been around for such a long time.
Yeah, usually Infernals go much quicker than this, but here comes a gank in the bot lane, trying to get on Oreo, but a beautiful crescendo prevents that. There goes the ace in the hole, doesn't land onto Oreo. Moku looking to run away from this. Here comes Killer C trying to get onto Snow. Is it going to be enough to take out all Snow? It is not. As the barrier is popped, only does damage to the barrier.
Wow,
Oreo's been pretty on point.
Absolutely, Oreo's been doing absolutely fantastic. Crescendo Flash, preventing himself from dying at the same time as almost picking up Raymond's man.
Ooh, what an aggressive move to come out of Squidward. Squidward going after Pyotric. Depth charge is used on Squidward. Unfortunately, does not get the ultimate off, but the bear trap on a claw forces the flash out of Pyotric, and Killer Z grabs that one. There's the shockwave, and now best Squidward will go down. Next will be Killer Z, or will it try to get onto Snow? What a great move to come out of all Snow.
Nice command protect from all Snow, keeping him alive barely, but also getting the third tick for Thunderlords to proc and get the kill on Killer Z.
This doesn't look good. And down goes the solo laners. Or possibly just solo laner. Chrome looks like he might be able to get out of this. The shield should wear off any second now. Baba choosing not to pursue anymore. Almost getting 2 kills. Probably shouldn't have been as aggressive to just go out with the flash.
Well, a little bit of an overstay in the top side of the map with a really good macro awareness from the bot side. Means that though they lose Orion on the top side of the map, they still manage to pick up first tower. The overall net gain after that action. Good for our friend over here.
Yeah, most definitely. Tower's going up 1-0 in favor of Momentum now, as well as the gold.
Oriana showing us how they got D5 by playing an impressive Sona so far. But this is actually going to be a really interesting game going forward because it's so close, and the gold is like almost non-existently different. The score is almost the same, though there's 1 tower that separates these teams. Dragon hasn't been taken yet, and it's absolutely anyone's game.
Yeah, in 18 minutes, Infernal Drake not taken. It's so interesting to see that.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that this dragon wasn't taken within the first 10 minutes of the game.
But that's the thing. All the plays, as you were talking about earlier, resulted in mostly even trades. Speaking of trades, here comes the fight. Killer Z looking to get onto All Snow. Unfortunately, not able to get too much as the rest of the team comes in and defends All Snow. But this might be Dragon for Momentum. I'm not sure if they want to do this as they are running kind of low, but it looks like they're going to... Nope, he's going to get caught out by the TP. Great blockage coming out of Chrome. And here comes the rest of the members of the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. Are they going to be able to trade this properly? And the Infernal goes to the fire-breathing Ruggy Duckies. Russian Hobo gets dropped. A little bit too ambitious right there. And here comes Chrome. Down go the members of the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies as all 5 members of Momentum come in a shockwave just to ensure the kill, and Baba goes down.
Well, the Rubber Duckies did secure the dragon, but they lost 3 players because of it. Because these 3 players are down, they can convert this into a mid-tower, which is actually worth for their team.
Yeah, this is much more worth setting up the towers to 2-0. And you got to question, if the gold you get from an Infernal, theoretically speaking, is not worth giving up this many towers at all, especially considering how insignificant Infernal really is in the early games. It more shines out as you get deeper into this game.
Oh, absolutely. And the next dragon that's coming up is a mountain, so whatever team gets that means that you get to continue pressuring on neutral and non-neutral objectives by getting extra damage on towers and Baron and Dragon. So I think that dragon will be equally as effective, if not more effective, as this Infernal Dragon. So kind of unfortunate that their team, though they got the dragon, was not in a position to fight because Squidward VN, his TP was canceled. If that TP wasn't canceled, that fight might have turned out much differently, and that the overall swing of things might have been in favor of our Rubber Ducky friends.
Ooh, and here comes a gank coming out of Baba, actually getting caught out in the jungle. Doesn't look too good for Baba, but he's able to turn this around and pick up a kill. Now Baba running extremely low, trying to run away, gets autoed. The auto does not finish him, but the true shot barrage does. Killer Z trying to run away, getting poked out by a red buffed Ravensman, and now Pyotric looking to finish up the job. Down goes Vladimir, but a turret at the cost of those kills.
That was actually super well played by Baba Ganoush, like dodging and bobbing and weaving, jumping over to dodge the shockwave from Allsnow. So, though he died, it looked pretty cool. So you died in style, my friend. But Baron might be going down because of it.
Oh, is this really happening? A Baron call coming out of Momentum. Getting it at 21 minutes could be pretty devastating. We are spotted out by Best Squidward VN. Here comes the charge, and is it gonna prevent this Baron from happening? We're gonna find out real soon as it goes on to Oreo, trying to pick off Oreo. Is Oreo gonna fall? Oreo getting extremely low, but it doesn't happen. The Baron is picked up by Momentum, and down will go Squidward for nothing.
It was a valiant effort, my friend, Best Squidward VN. But alas, your efforts amount to nil.
Yeah, I feel like if he went after Chrome instead, he had a better chance. As Chrome was tanking the Baron, could have made something happen there, but overall, it was a risky play and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that Kled can't outsmite Protrick, but right now Mokujin trying to get this tower, getting something for that Baron, but they're probably gonna die here because of the overextension. Oreo coming up close, no flash, but Crescendo's up.
Ooh, the hook misses. As he said, Crescendo is up. We're going to see it in a moment. Crescendo goes out and lands on both. What a great Crescendo! Down goes Russian Hobo! And Moku's going to be next. Can he run fast enough to be able to be defensive? But no, it is not happening. Moku goes down. A double kill picked up for the Momentum. And now it looks like Killer C's next. Shockwave goes off. This is looking to be a slaughter. The ace is coming up, and down will go Squidward. Double kill picked up for Allsnow.
You know, we actually doubted Momentum in the early stages of the game just because of the draft, but the execution has been absolutely wonderful. And Oreo showing us how to carry as a support, playing every single fight we've seen quite impressively, showing us how he got to Diamond 5, playing almost exclusively support, and then occasional mid lane, but great macro play, great macro decisions, excellent team coordination, but it is key to be aware of. Oreo doesn't use a microphone, so though he has an elo advantage compared to quite a bit in this league, he might not be one to use it like everyone.
Oh my gosh! Allsnow destroying Moku. Here comes the charge. The fight is on as the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies look to engage on Momentum. A lot of damage, a lot of trades going on. Are they going to be able to take out Chrome? Chrome is getting so close to being melted. Squidward gets dropped off in the roll. And now Baba's going to get destroyed. Trying to run away, manages to run away. But now this can go either way. So many low health bars going off. Shockwave hits onto Killer Z. And Killer Z goes down. What disaster! For the team of the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. Great quadro kill coming out of Allsnow. Oh, yeah, Ravensman. I thought it was Allsnow for some reason.
It's very important to be aware that during that fight, Mokujin did get caught out, and then they engaged. But it was a 4v4, because in the meanwhile, when that was occurring, Protrick was in the bot lane pushing and getting more objectives. So that's going to be game 1 of this series. Going over to Momentum. Well played, my friends. Well played.
Yeah, great display coming out from Momentum. Played the macro game so well. The turrets, only one turret taken by the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. They're going to have to reconsider the way they draft this and the way they work their macro.
And I'll have to admit, Ravensman as AD carry and Oreo on support, I did not give you as much, I did not expect this from you, but well played. You came up big for your team and showed the world who had doubts of you as AKA Frosty had doubts, but well played. Proving me wrong. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
And we're gonna get to the damage charts in just a second. But yeah, what a display coming out from Momentum. Very dominant overall. It was back and forth for a while, but once Momentum gained momentum, they ran with that game. And here are the damage charts. Overall, great display from every single player. We see Oreo out-damaging both the jungler and the top laner. It was just really good teamwork.
And you tell me that you can't carry a support playing Sona having more damage than anybody on the enemy team?
Wow.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yeah, and on that note, we will be taking a break as we get into Game 2 of Momentum versus Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. We'll find out soon enough if FBD can take this to a tie or if Momentum are just going to steamroll over the Duckies. Catch you soon as we get into Game 2.